One word which sums up the basis of all good conduct: loving kindness. Do not do to others what you do not want done to yourself.
We are as much alive as we keep the earth alive.
Regard your neighbor's gain as your own gain, and your neighbor's loss as your own loss.
Not one of you truly believes until you wish for others what you wish for yourself.
One should treat all creatures in the world as one would like to be treated.
In every major religion, there are scripture or faith teachings which reflect the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have done to yourself. This is how we choose to provide service at Interfaith Ministries.
Treat not others in ways that you yourself would find hurtful.
What is hateful to you, do not do to your neighbor. This is the whole Torah. All the rest is commentary.
I am a stranger to no one, and no one is a stranger to me. Indeed, I am a friend to all.
I have lived here since 1989, and I had no basic understanding of what Interfaith Ministries was. I just assumed that it was an organization that helped people to pay their bills, and I never had no idea what it meant. Okay, but to get here today and find out that it has more roots than I would have ever imagined. That it's a program that is so established, and it's like a little quiet secret that if you're not in need of that type of service, you don't know anything about it.
Sometimes I tried to kill myself because I have a lot of pressure in my back, in my head, and everything. I cannot do nothing I want to do. Because I cannot read, I cannot write. I'm not gonna hire no more. I cannot read, I cannot write. I cannot count too good either. I'm working my own self because I need to do it. I live under a bridge for 3 days by my own self. When I have now people staying there too. I cannot remember what bridge. There's 3 bridges we go under the bridge. I stay 3 days. Somebody told me about an interfaith to have a place there for a couple of days and to work me up with the place to go moving around. I'm happy. I'm happy because I got my own place. I'm happy because I can get up myself and do my own things. See, to do my choice, I don't be running around because I've been running around before. As I told myself, and next year, I think I'm not gonna do it. Be running around or not.
I worked in the kitchen, or I served in the kitchen at the Interfaith Go Zones there at Fairmont. And the families would bring their children, and I just served the food. Well, this little bitty girl was a family where this grandmother or her aunt had about 7 children that she would bring. And this one little girl, she couldn't have been no more than 3 or 4 years old, and she just started following me around. And I was like, why is this little girl following me around? And then later I was like, why can somebody move this little girl? But you know, you have to smile, and she just kept following me around. So finally I was like, hey, you know, you want to help? And she was like, yeah, because I had to set the tables and things. So I gave her these gloves, and she put these gloves on. They're bigger than her. And she was just really helping, and she was just really helping. And so after that, I just got attached to her just instantly within that time. So then the next week she came, and I said, when you come back, you know, help me out. And she was like, yeah, I'll come help back, help me out. So she did that about 1 or 2 more times, and then all of a sudden, I had to, Dan and I had to leave to go to Texas back home for a funeral. And when I came back, she wasn't there, and so I asked her about her. And they said, well, she had to go back home. And I'm thinking, where did she go? And they was like, you know, she was from like Mississippi or Alabama. But what had happened was her mother was killed by her boyfriend. And so they were going to have to separate the children. So this relative took all the children and had been having the children for almost a year just to keep these children together. And that I was told that I looked or resembled her mother. And that's why she initially attached herself to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, you never know what impact, not that someone else that you can make on someone else, but I realized that the impact was made on me. So all I had to do is just be available to her. And that moment actually changed my life.
I think there's a moment in time called a heart attack that caused me to take a new look at what it means to celebrate interfaith. Prior to that, I'm embarrassed to say, it was based upon victory. When something got done, when a life was changed, those are all good things. It isn't that I was focused entirely wrong, but when you're almost under the ground and you're in your deepest moment of darkness, and a spiritual woman can say, Sam, all you need to do is say thank you. And say thank you, thank you, thank you. I think if you were to hear my prayers and to get into my deepest thoughts, I celebrate simply by saying thank you. Thank you for 17 years.
In our community, there are many faces. Within each face is a mixture of purpose, hope, and contentment, as well as alienation, hopelessness, and frustration. Because Interfaith Ministries has a desire to understand and empower the person behind the face, we call people of all faiths together to build interreligious understanding, promote justice, relieve misery, and reconcile the estranged. Interfaith Ministries believes that today is the time to offer hope, healing, and understanding as we face the challenges of our community.